You're gonna need a flathead screwdriver, an 8mm, some sort of pry tool. You don't really need the pry tool, it makes it a little bit easier. You can use a screwdriver for the pry tool. Headlight bulb is a 9012. You have to make sure that your car does not have the HID headlights, because if it does, this is a completely different process. As far as the fog lights go, the bulb size is gonna be a 2504. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna install the headlights first and then the fog lights. So I'll put a timestamp in the description if you are just looking to change your fog lights so you don't have to watch the entire first half of the video. First thing you wanna do is I turn the wheel in this way. You want to do that because you have to access this panel right here. This job should not take you very long at all. So you got one down here in the bottom. How are you doing? Yeah, we're doing great. You need help me? I might need your help. Got a little helper over here. Good job. Can you take our picture? And you got the screw up here. I don't know if you can see that on camera. And then we have another one right here. Right here. So we got 1, 2, 3. Leave those screws there, baby. We're gonna have to put those back in. Okay, I got my little helper here, obviously. So now we're gonna do, we got the screws out. You can kind of pull this back a little bit, put the pry tool in here, and just kind of go like this. Like so, all the way down. And as you can see, it just pries back like this. This is where it's peeled back. If you see that up there, kind of towards the top, that thing right there, we're gonna screw that off. That's where the headlight's gonna go. That's the first thing we're gonna do is stick our hand in there and unscrew that. It should just be like a quarter turn. So we give it a turn, and then it comes off. It looks like this. There's gonna be sort of a packet here. You do not want to take this packet off. Make sure when you put this back on, this packet's here. This is like soaks up the moisture. And there's like a little O-ring here too. So make sure the O-ring is put back in, because when you take it out, it kind of pops out of place. So that's step number 1 for the headlight. Okay, so now that we got that off, the headlight is in here too. You do a little turn to the left. There's a wire that's connected to it. You probably can't see it. This is where the screwdriver can come in handy. You kind of want to make sure you don't break it. So this is the bulb. There is a wire that's connected onto here. You got to make sure if it's cold out, the plastic will be really brittle, so you don't want to break it, because if you break that, that's the only thing that holds the harness into the headlight. So you be very careful with the screwdriver and just kind of wiggle this and it'll come right off. So this is the bad bulb. Obviously it's burnt out. So now what we're gonna do is we want to take the new bulb and we want to put it in the hole in there and twist it in before we connect the harness. And the most important thing is you do not want to touch the bulb with your fingers. Obviously the one's already burnt, because you touch the bulb with your finger, you get the oil on there. When it heats up, it'll last you maybe 10 hours. So I'm gonna try to show you guys where the wire is. This is the wire right here. That's what it looks like. And then that is where obviously the light goes into there. Let me see if I can get it a little bit brighter. Crank that ISO. There's a hole in there. That's where the bulb is gonna go. Like I said, very carefully. You do not want to touch this bulb with your fingers. We're gonna put it in the hole. It only goes in one way. There are these tabs. You got to make sure it's in the right way. And then you give it a little turn to the right and it should stay in. So be very careful when you put it in the hole so you don't touch this to the edges either. You should be able to see in here pretty easily if you're doing this in the daytime. And twist, boom. Now that's in. Why did we do that first? Because if we have the wire connected, there's a chance you're going to touch. It's such a tight space, and there's a chance you're going to touch the bulb when you try to connect the wire. So now that it's in secure, there's no chance for us touching it. We're going to take the wire and we're going to put it inside the housing. You got to move, Blake. So now that's in. We just reverse this and put this back up, and again, make sure that the packet's in there. Put it in, and you turn it to the right until it clicks shut. That is how you install the headlights in the Jeep Cherokee. So the next step we're gonna do is the fog lights. So here we go. Okay, so that is the fog light. It's down towards the bottom. There's gonna be a clip here and a clip here. Now the brown part is part of the bulb, so if that breaks, it's not a huge deal, but you do not want to break the gray part, because that is the housing for the fog lights, and that will, if you break that, the bulb's not gonna stay in, and you're gonna have to literally replace the whole housing, which is gonna be a big pain. So what we're gonna do is, first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna unhook the harness. It just presses up here. You can go like this, and then it pulls right out of the bulb. So that's what we're gonna do. Hopefully we can get this on camera. We'll try. So that unhooked. So move this to the side, and then we're gonna take the bulb out. It's fairly difficult to get this bulb out, especially when your hands are freezing, but that's what the screwdriver you're going to use that for. You're going to want to kind of get it in here and kind of wiggle it around until this pops out. Again, do not break the gray part. Be very careful with taking this bulb out. So we're going to put the camera down because we need to finesse it. So again, with this bulb, you do not want to touch the bulb with your finger. So we're going to very carefully open this package. And again, this bulb just goes in and it'll snap in. There's only one way to put it in. You see like there's a guide here with two. I think that's on the bottom. So just make sure that this guide is on the bottom. So go like this. And you'll hear it click in. Click, click. And then you connect the harness. And again, the harness will click in. So now that we got the bulbs back in, you obviously just want to reverse this step. So we just take this, make sure everything is in. Now we take our screws, and there's 3 of them again, and we just put them in the holes and screw them back. And that's literally how simple it is to install the headlights and fog lights on a Jeep Cherokee Trailhawk. And again, this works for Jeep Cherokees as long as you don't have the HID factory headlights.